Hello, hi. I don't know how much of a delay there is on YouTube. I still haven't used streamed here enough just yet. But hi, I'm Eric. It's me. And this is On the Stick After Dark. I think I'm flying solo tonight. Everybody's off doing holiday things. I just got back from doing my holiday things. Spent some time up in the mountains, up in the cold and snowy Adirondacks. Did some snowshoeing, and it's a giant mess in here. It's clothes and equipment strewn all about, but I'm gonna celebrate my return from the frozen tundra by playing a game set in a much more frozen, much more actual tundra in the Long Dark, which has recently received a really big update to the Wintermute mode, which is the campaign slash story mode. This game's been in development for like almost 5 years at this point. I played a bunch of it in January. Um, Earlier this year, I played through the whole Wintermute thing, actually. Um, but it's been almost a year since I've touched this, so I'm just gonna play it on the default difficulty setting and hope that I can remember what most of the controls are. But I'm really curious to see how much this new and improved story mode is actually improved. Because I played about 25 hours of the previous version. I really enjoyed it. It just barely missed my top 10 games list for 2017, which I believe was the year that The Long Dark was officially released. There's a ton of survival mode content in this, a ton of maps and things. They've added some maps this year, but I'm not really into that. I gotta have some kind of narrative to push me along. I can't just survive for the sake of survival. I need some little breadcrumb trail to sort of tug me along. And the original story mode was basically just that, just barely enough of a breadcrumb trail to drag me from area to area. But there was definitely some big improvements that needed to be made in terms of the dialogue and just the way that you interacted with the tiny handful of NPCs that you bumped into was really kind of awkward. But just by having people that were still in the areas, like, that felt even more desolate than if you just showed up and it was just like an empty husk, made the whole thing feel sort of more lived in. I can't remember if this animatic was at the beginning of the original one or not. There was something like that. They've also like overhauled a lot of the graphics and stuff in this game, and I don't know. I bumped up my settings quite a bit, so I might have to do some really exciting display setting adjustments before we get too deep into this. We'll see how it goes. I also think it's entirely possible, if I remember correctly, that I won't get to anything really all that interesting if I stream this for just an hour or so tonight. But
Astrid!
I think that the build-up was pretty slow, if I remember correctly.
The Joker. Seems about right.
You shouldn't even have a Joker in your solitaire deck, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Is that
Feels like
caribou
another
whiskey?
record cold snap on the way. I'd better get a fire going before the pipes freeze up again.
You're cold. Start a fire. See, this is definitely different because I think this was just like a cutscene last time. What do I need? I need a starter. I need some fuel. I think I need, well, I might have to turn this mouse sensitivity down a smidge. Cedar firewood. Fir. Cedar. There's a map.
Great Bear Island. Dad used to fly there all the time. He said it used to be beautiful. Not much reason to go there these days, since the quakes and all.
There we go. Options, display. Units Imperial, metric. VSync, let's turn that off so my G-Sync monitor can do its thing. Bump this resolution up to 2560 by 1440. Which will probably mess with the stream settings a little bit. Like I said, it looks alright. Transform. Put the screen just in case. Alright, looks like it just sharpened everything up a little bit. That's a lot better. HUD size, HUD type, field of view. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Let's see. Let's see here. Options. Quality. I'll just go ultra. Let's try ultra without the draw distance jacked way up like I had it. It's a little chunky, but it's acceptable. I don't want to be messing with these settings all night. Newspapers. Photo.
A rare Mackenzie family photo.
Yeah, I don't remember the opening of this being so talky. There's some matches. I'm definitely teaching you the basics of fire building here before the spoiler plane crash happens. Let's start a fire. We don't need an accelerant. I mean, definitely appreciate that this game incorporates the idea that you can fail at starting a fire, although in real life there's definitely an experience factor to that, where if you don't know how to make a fire, it's not too super difficult to fuck it up, but once you've done it a few times, it's usually pretty easy to at least get something going, especially in a pot-belly stove in your office, you know. Mackenzie's shirt, new thermal underwear, sports socks. Look, guys, see that these are cotton socks? Don't wear cotton when you're outside in the wilderness. Cotton kills. Cotton gets wet, doesn't keep you warm. You want wool or synthetic. Ideally wool, but wool can be expensive. Wool can be itchy. Wool stretches and does weird things sometimes. So like synthetic wool blend is okay most of the time. I mean, should I put another piece of wood on that fire? There, bunk.
Those were better days.
Just eat that candy bar. Turn these settings down just a little bit. Just dump the shadows down a little bit. There we go. that's better.
Jackrabbit remote transport. 0 flights a day to the mainland communities and, well, anywhere really. Getting pretty late in the day. Guess I could take a nap. Damn, I was right. Pipes froze up.
New objective. You're tired. Take a nap. That herbal tea.
Cheap electric crap. Never works when you need it.
What if I take that firewood, if I can like, find it when the plane crashes? Spoilers. Your ex-wife shows up and asks you to take her to an island, and then the plane crashes.
Well, here we are, old girl. Your best flights may be behind you, but you're still beautiful to me. And anyways, you're all I've got. I'd sure love to give you one last great adventure. I don't remember needing my parka this early in the season. It seems to get colder every year.
Not in these parts, it doesn't. It keeps getting warmer every year. Let's add some fuel to that fire. There we go. There's one thing I remember from playing the game, it's that you want to keep your fuel, or you're going to keep your fire well fed before you take a nap, because it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to freeze to death. Fire still went out. I keep hitting F to interact.
Jackrabbit remote transport. Mackenzie speaking.
I told her not to come up. I told her you couldn't fly in this weather.
This game seems pretty dark. Have you got like the gamma set properly, or?
I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty dark, I think. Hi, Mike.
Oh yeah. Hi.
I mean, it's the long dark. This is on the stick after dark, so it's 2 darks.
I guess if it was bright, you'd have to stop playing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you win the game. Is everything brightens up quite a bit.
Hey, this game has cutscenes?
Yeah. This game has a story mode, man.
What are you doing here?
Weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was what I played through last year.
I know.
Yeah.
I guess they like redid the whole story mode. Is that?
That's what they spent most of this year
No.
working on. They put
I
out
know.
like 1 or 2 new
And I wouldn't
survival
be
mode
here if it
maps, and
weren't
then they
important.
have like integrated the survival mode maps
What
into
brings
the
you?
storyline
I mean,
thing. But
Are
I
you
don't know.
saying?
I'm not too into
No,
just playing for survival's
not me.
sake, but
but I need to get to someone
I
who
quite a
is.
good time playing through the story
Right.
mode before.
I've heard that the new mode is pretty good, like the new take on it.
Yeah, the other one was
I'm
pretty
still a
rough around
doctor.
the edges, but it was just good enough to get me
I
through.
thought that after.
I've had my eye on this for a little while.
Why are you here?
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna.
try and pick it
What
up
I
at some
actually was
point.
gonna stream
There's
with
an
Subnautica
isolated
tonight because I
community
want
in
to
the
check that
northern
out
part of Great
now that I
Bear.
have it. But
Someone
game's
who
really
is
good.
very
it seems
sick
Great
and-
Bear.
it seems like we'll be streaming
There's
that
nothing there
sometime
anymore.
in the near future.
Not
So,
since-
I know.
Should be,
But
in
I
theory.
have to
and I
get
also
there.
really wanted to check this out. So,
Still trying to save the
Well,
world.
if you find yourself disappointed, then you can always move over.
Somebody has to.
I have lots of Subnautica love to give.
Mackenzie, Will,
Love to sub.
I didn't come here to fight. about the
Sub to
past.
give.
I need a pilot
definitely-
to take me somewhere remote.
well, so first of
Someone
all,
who
this
won't
woman
ask
is
too many
played by
questions.
Jennifer Hale.
Someone I
Well,
can
apparently
trust.
it's Mr. and Mrs. Commander Shepard
Yes.
who do the voice acting.
Are you in trouble?
Are you gonna
which is
help
pretty
me
hilarious.
Or not?
I mean, they're
Not that
excellent in
anyone-
this game,
What's in the
so.
case?
See, there's
Not that anyone
a-
should know what Mr.
questions
Commander
or
Shepard
no.
sounds like,
What's in the case, Astrid?
No questions.
Look,
assuming that they are
Shepard,
good and
then
correct
there's,
people.
Like a crappier
Bad.
male version of Shepard.
bad. But it's
Exactly.
even worse. You
There's
walked
Shepard
in
and then there's like some Sears catalog model.
I could have been dead. You could have been. And then you show up and you want me to just risk my life flying into the middle of the great northern nowhere to deliver you in some mystery metal cave to some remote wilderness outpost.
It was very
All
talky.
because
I don't
you
remember
walked
this
in
being this
here and
long
asked
before.
me to?
Yes.
Eric, I've been beating my head against the last boss of Slay the Spire for about a month now.
Oh,
And the other night I got
Oh, really?
within one card of beating it.
Oh, that's.
If I had just drawn a good, like a decent block card, I would have won. I was playing as the Silent, so I was doing a poison deck,
Oh, nice.
and I had, at the end of my run, I had 4 of those cards that triple the amount of poison the enemy has.
Feeling you're not talking about the weather.
So on my last turn, I had the enemy at 500 poison, which is, it's only got 750 health.
You just had to survive.
Well, yeah. So one thing is that the last boss actually limits how much damage you can do to it in a single turn. You can't do more than 250, so a third of its health, which was fine. Like I wouldn't have won just because of that either. But yeah, I had it at 500 poison and it was down to like 230 health. It would have been great.
Man, you've been working on that a
Let's
while.
see.
I've been failing on this a while. So it goes.
I mean,
That last boss is brutal.
Yeah. I haven't gone back to it since that one night we were all playing it while sitting in Discord at the same time.
I like it a lot. I just wish it loved me.
If it loved you back, then you wouldn't enjoy it. You'd have stopped playing it already.
Yes, but like happily. It's true that I have this thing where, you know, once I've cleaned out a game, I tend to, a lot of the time I'll just stop playing it. Unless it's Subnautica. I've played a whole lot of that game. So yeah, like initially I did a run with each of the main characters and then I stopped. And then I came back to it and I did, you know, runs with the 3 different characters again once they were all there. And I'm sure that I will stop as soon as I beat the final boss one time. Into the Breach was one like that where, like, you know, in the end I didn't like it that much. And so as soon as I finished the game once, I kind of lost all my motivation to keep going, even though there was actually a lot more stuff I could have done in that game. But at this point, I played 45 hours of this game, and I just kind of want that win.
I picked my parka up. This is all different.
I should flip over and watch how the Long Dark is going for a second.
This stuff is all different.
Just need to grab my
The way this intro area is set up.
Yeah.
This game is making me appreciate how good Subnautica looks. It's got style, but it's pretty rough. This looks like it could have.
It's like kind of like painterly, watercolory filled in.
Yeah.
I mean, the cutscene stuff doesn't look that great. Also, this game's been in development for 4 years, so it's like I think it's a Unity game.
Okay. Subnautica also took a long time to get out of early access.
That was a Kickstarter game as well, I think, right? I just forgot to pick it up. Like
yeah, at some point I think. I didn't play it until it was actually finished, but.
Or was that a Fig game?
Ooh, I don't know.
It was something. It was another one of those that came out of the heat of the. I thought you wanted to forget.
I don't want to hazard a guess on that one.
The heat of the crowdfunding sun that burned itself out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was there like a year and a half period basically where any promising looking game could accumulate as much funding as it could ever want.
Yeah. I mean, also this game sold pretty well and has had an audience for a very long time. Just like from the early when it was originally just a thing with a few survival maps. That sort of let them build all this story stuff into it.
Yeah.
I think once you get past this opening bit, then they kind of onboard you. Your plane crashes, and then you have to learn how to build a fire and how to collect things and put them in your inventory.
You know, survive.
Yeah, and then they kind of just dump you into a map and.
I know. Okay. I'm not here to fight, really.
You encounter some wolves, and that goes poorly because wolves are fucking
nasty.
Badass motherfuckers.
They're savage, right?
Yeah.
That's their whole deal.
They might even be dire. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Scary wolf. Oh, I like well-laid plans. That is a good card. I had such good luck with my poison deck that I just want to try to recapture that magic, but
poison deck
part of it was that I got a Snecko Skull, which gives you +1 poison every time you inflict poison.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty
which
good.
is
What's going
real
on?
good.
Power's gone. Whole electrical system looks
Means you
fried.
can get if you get a bouncing flask upgraded, you get 16 poison on an enemy in one turn, and then you triple that, and you're up to 48 in one turn.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I think it must have been Alex. I think was trying to build a poison deck one night, and he picked like 2 catalysts early, and then just got no poison the rest of the time. It just wiped super early on.
That's why I like to try and hit a store early on in the map.
Yeah.
To try and spend the early money that I got and see if I can kind of direct my experience a bit. It doesn't always work.
Poison only really works if you get some basic poison cards right off the bat, and then you can just pick.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You can't force it to happen.
I'm sighing because I don't have any right now, but I'm only a couple fights into this run so far. I'm realizing that one of the things that I always kind of neglect is getting good block cards. So this run, I got a leg sweep, which is you get like 11 block and you get 2 weak on the enemy, and I got one of those very early on, and I decided I would actually grab it instead of getting like a poison stab. To be fair, poison stab is not my go-to poison card.
Yeah.
I love a bouncing flask. Like that's just such a good way to get things kicked off.
Especially against one creature. Use first aid to stop the blood loss. Do I have first aid? I have matches. I should have. I picked up a. I do have a bandage. Blood loss. Sprain wrist, sprain ankle.
Well, this is kind of nice now that you're in the nighttime scene. You get that fire burning.
Yeah, I think this game actually looks pretty good for what it is.
Oh my god, there are calorie costs for any job you want to do?
Yeah. This is a fucking survival game, man.
Well, so is Subnautica, but it doesn't kind of count every single action you take to that same level.
It's really not that difficult to manage. Cloth. Wood. Stick. License. People. Firewood.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon. Hurts.
I need some first aid, but I can't find first aid.
Maybe you shouldn't have been in that plane crash.
Yeah. You were such a shitty pilot, we wouldn't be in this situation, Mackenzie. Book. Eventually, a source of knowledge. For now, something to burn when you are freezing.
Which is all the time.
Just about. It's actually...
Is there some kind of like apocalypse thing happening in this game?
Yeah, so you only get the first 2 chapters. But yeah, there's like some kind of like that green and pink aurora borealis effect is also some kind of a weird thing that like destroys all the electronics and makes them glow in a weird way.
Right.
Claimed wood.
Glowing is bad.
Don't bother breaking that stick down. I feel like there should be a first aid kit or something here that I'm missing, but just take this wood. In there. Newspaper. Birch bark, sticks. Anything that'll burn.
Feels so good. It hurts.
Well, I guess it's just going to be this poison stab for now.
Inventory. Start a fire.
I mean, you got free fire all around. You just got this like wreckage everywhere.
Yeah, just like grab a piece of flaming wreckage and drag it into the cave, dude. Should be able to just start a fire. I just don't remember how to do it.
So we got a couple comments here. We got, "What's up, bro? Keep the intro on your videos, man." I'm not quite sure what that's
Talking
referring
about
to.
Joe? I don't know. Who
And
knows?
someone's, hey, would you blow me? Wants to know.
That's clever.
It's very clever. Is this for Switch, dude? I don't think this is on Switch.
No, I don't think so. Might be at
Oh,
some point.
we're
Who
on the-
knows?
We're on the personal computer.
Yeah, this is a computer game.
Damn, that's smart.
Can use a match as a light source.
I mean, that does work for a couple seconds. It's not a good long-term plan.
No. I should be able to, maybe I have to craft here or something? Here we go, blueprints. Bandage, cinder plug. Torch. Huh. I mean, I have so I have matches, I have tinder plugs, I have, am I supposed to find like a fire pit?
That would be very convenient if you had like a fire pit just sitting right there.
Yeah, I don't think that doesn't sound right, does it? Make some more bandages. Maybe I have to finish fixing myself up first if I make some more bandages.
Maybe. It'd be hard to build a fire with a sprained wrist, right?
Yeah, although, I mean, wrapping some bandages around your wrist.
That fixes a wrist.
Yeah.
Don't you know anything about
Mostly
medicine?
sprains can only be fixed with tea or,
With tea?
yeah, well, it's like, whatever, some kind of painkiller tea, or you can take some painkillers to just help with the pain. Fire
Well,
starting.
speaking of tea, I just got an ancient tea set.
Nice. Have any maps? So you know what? I'm gonna have to look up how to make a damn fire in this game because I don't fucking remember at all.
Sorry, buddy.
I thought this intro part did a pretty good job of telling you how to do
Kind of
this
getting
stuff.
you bearings.
Ah, okay.
What are you missing
Aha,
here?
there we go. If you press and hold space, you get a wheel. Light sources, drink, first aid, campcraft. There we go. Fire. Hello. Tinder, fuel, book. Cedar firewood. Let's go big with the firewood. This is sort of situation where it might be easy to fuck up starting a fire.
I'd say, I mean, this probably would be my first and last attempt before dying of exposure.
I don't feel so good.
It worked.
I need to rest up.
There's my bouncing flask. All right, we're off to the
I'm
races.
gonna drink this soda. Past time. Bicycle can. I can use that. I don't know what for. Oh, you can boil. Probably I can boil. I can, like, anytime there's snow around, you can use any sort of pot or can to boil water, to melt snow and boil
Sure.
water to make drinking water.
Makes sense. That's what water does, right?
Let's add, burn this book, and put some of this other wood on there. It's up to 4 hours. I can sleep for a little while now. My wrist and my ankle have healed.
Dang, 4-hour nap?
Yeah.
Last time I got a sprain, it took like a week.
Which means she can't come looking for me.
I need to.
Because she's hurt. Or worse. I'd better get back up to the crash site.
I need to make some water. Break it down. Ba-da-da. I need to get some water.
You weren't able to make any with your fire?
I could have last night, but I just went to sleep because I think I was gonna die of exhaustion.
Wow, how long were you up?
I mean, I was in a plane crash, and I feel like that's probably enough of an excuse.
I guess.
I gotta go make a fire. I'm gonna die. Uh-oh. Everything's getting wobbly. I spent too much time breaking down those sticks.
Come on. Come on.
Man, it's like playing
That did it.
oh darn, I've forgotten the name of the horror game. Oh, that one that I played at 3 in the morning for Extra Life.
Let's make some water here. Uh-oh. I have 0.1 gallons of unsafe cooking water. I have to drink it.
Man.
I have to drink it now.
0.1.
Yeah.
Amnesia? Amnesia? The Dark Descent?
If I can wait 2 minutes until this water is potable.
You should probably wait.
There we go. Alright, I might not die now.
Was this game hard when you played it before? Like, is it...
It wasn't super hard. I mean, I died a bunch because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, especially when I was hanging out with wolves.
Mm-hmm. Hanging with Wolves, is that your name?
Yeah. Yeah, hangs out with wolves. That's my...
At the mall?
Yeah. The Gretchen Mall. Well, I have a little bit of water, so... My life is very low.
Oh, I got a catalyst. Oh man, we're on our way. Got the bouncing flask, got the catalyst. Look out, world.
Climb out of the ravine. Try to climb out of the ravine.
You got a sprained ankle. You shouldn't be climbing anywhere.
My ankle's healed, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go and talk with the kid.
Okay. There we go. All right. Now I need to find something to eat. I don't remember where I can attempt to try and... Oh no, well that's not good. There's a place where you can try to climb down, but that's not it, obviously. Climb up this tree, maybe?
All I could think about is food.
Yes, yes, you're very hungry. We understand. Uh-oh. I almost made it. No. Can't get back up on the log. I don't know if I like this drunken stagger effect. I don't know if this was in the game before, but it might be a little bit much.
I could probably climb that.
Yeah, you probably could. I mean, maybe if you weren't, like, totally fucked up. There's no way I have enough stamina to climb this right now. Oh, maybe I'll make it. Those rose hips, baby. There was usually a candy bar up here or something. Nope, don't climb down. Nope, don't do that. Nope, nope. Nope, don't. Oh, fuck, don't waste all that energy. Oh my god. I want to say before, I think you had to spend a few days in that cave and get healthy before you could climb out of this. Maybe they are trying to accelerate you into the game a little bit faster now. I also, like, staggered myself off the side of the... Okay, great. This drunken stagger effect is not great.
I think I'm gonna make it.
You definitely aren't gonna make it.
Finally made it.
Oh, wow. plane.
My plane. Not sure which of us looks worse. Poor girl. This isn't how things were supposed to end.
I mean, you did say you wanted to take it for one last trip, so. There we go.
I've been looking for you.
So did I equip that automatically? No. There we go. So, like, every piece of clothing that you pick up has a weight and a waterproof rating, and its rating in the wind, and how it fares in the particular temperature that you're in. Which, being someone who spends a lot of time outdoors for both work and play, I can tell you that that's pretty accurate. That's how it feels a lot of the time, anyway. Like, there's a huge difference between it being 30 degrees and it being 25 degrees, and what I decide to wear. How many layers I use, what sorts of things that I use for those layers.
Astrid's back.
Gotta be something to eat in here, right? Crunchy stuff. Antibiotics. And this case.
Locked.
Only a 3-digit lock. Wouldn't be that
Whatever's
hard.
in this case, Astrid was ready to die for it. I hope she hasn't already died for it.
I'm back. How's your fire going?
I climbed right up the thing. I didn't have to build another fire, and like in the original version of this, it took a couple of days for you to get healthy enough to climb out of that ravine.
Okay.
And in this one, I just tried it and just made it right out. So they must have
Dang.
accelerated that process a little bit.
It was those spry ankles.
Yeah, it just took like overnight, and then I was good to go, which is definitely how ankles work. I also found my coat and the mysterious case and a granola bar, so things are looking up. And a flare gun. There we go.
Dang, man, even the shop doesn't have any poison stuff for me.
Is there a button that puts your weapon away? There it is. Definitely want all these sticks. No effort firewood is very important at this point in the game. As our flares. Oh man, there was good shit in that crate. I guess you have to break the crates down in order to get the stuff that's inside.
Can't feel
Okay.
my feet.
So now I got some mittens. You know I'm putting those on. Some extra socks too.
I could eat anything.
Put those wool socks on. There we go. Guess I should have broken down those crates that were down below there.
Is it hard for you to get back down?
Would probably cost me too much energy at the moment. So I might have to. I don't. Looks like they changed this map, maybe. Because I think before, when you got up to where the plane was, and there was like a big open area with a cave. I don't see that. climb back down there. I think I'm gonna die. Yep. Whoopsie. Alright. Gotta look at what's in front of me instead of trying to go by what my memories are, because obviously things have changed.
Astrid's pack.
There's the case.
Can't rely on those old instincts.
No. Well, it's just the map is different.
Whatever's in this case, Astrid was ready to die for it. I hope she hasn't already died for it.
Sticks. Wood. Sticks. Cloth. Let's break this crate down. Thought I had a knife. Maybe I broke it. Down vest. Some socks. Put that stuff on. Coat on. My vest off. Or put my vest on, sorry. This shit.
Is there a lot of dress up in this game?
Yeah, there's a lot of clothes and things.
Do you like wear through them, or?
Yep, stuff wears out. You can find like needles and sewing kits to try and fix your stuff. You can also kill animals and skin them and make clothes.
Dang, you must be in this for the long haul if you're gonna replace all your clothing several times over.
Yeah. Oh, I should eat that granola bar before I die, probably. Stage food. There we go. I mean, that's like part of the survival stuff. I don't know if I ever actually made any clothes out of any animal skins, because
She definitely passed through here. And in a hurry.
I found it fairly easy to just find enough stuff to keep me going. And like in one place, there's an abandoned town where there's a lot of stuff. There is a camp that's been abandoned that has a ton of stuff in it.
Okay.
So I didn't have to do a lot of, but the I did make like a bear skin coat, I think, because animal skin stuff is just warmer than synthetic stuff.
Sure. Fur coat, man.
Yeah.
Best way to stay warm.
Can't feel my hands.
Well, it's just like, you know, animals that are built for survival in the freezing cold wilderness.
And are covered with fur.
Yeah.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Yeah, I know you're hungry. This seems like a good idea.
How long do you think it would take to get through the story mode?
Like 20 hours, maybe? I mean, that's just the first 2 chapters. I also took my time and really explored and poked around a lot, and I had a pretty sizable stockpile of items that I would sort of like ferret from place to place.
Right. It doesn't make things go any faster.
No, it slowed me down quite a bit, but I don't know if it was really that useful or not, honestly. I should have been, if I had been a little bit more efficient in letting things go and knowing what to let go when, maybe it would have not taken
Yeah,
so long.
you could have done things a lot faster.
Yeah. But hey, man, you never know when an extra pair of wool gloves or whatever might come in handy, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's right, you can use stones to throw at rabbits. I think you can make snares and things also.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Alright.
Kind of set yourself up a little home.
Also, it's really hard to hit a rabbit with a rock.
I have never tried it myself, but yeah.
There's like a trick to it. I think if you aim right where his thumb is the right way or something, it's not too difficult.
Did you say if you aim where its thumb is?
Where his thumb is.
Oh,
Where
I thought you meant in real life.
No, no.
If you aim for the rabbit's
Yeah,
thumb.
that's their weak spot. It's like a giant enemy crab, but with a rabbit thumb. Yeah.
Get that massive damage.
Someone's been here recently. Could it have been Astrid?
I believe you can also use the flare gun. Oh man, I'm never gonna kill one of these rabbits.
Ooh, I like Alchemize. That's a fun card. Get a random potion once per battle.
Ooh, cattails. Cattails are very good early in the game here.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
What are good in the game?
Cattails?
Cattails, because you can make torches out of them.
Well, you can use the fluffy part.
Soak them in kerosene.
You can. Oh, I got it. Got him. Got him. Oh. Nope. Come back, you little shit. Oh, fuck. I hit the rabbit, but then I hit the wrong button when I got to the rabbit, so it got out of the stun thing and ran away. And now it's nighttime. Great. Well.
The dark might not be so long after all, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I should be able to start a fire here. I'm just trying to decide if I should. I'm pretty sure there's a cave up ahead. Maybe I should just go to the cave instead of trying to spend the night out here.
Do you have what you need to make a fire?
Yeah, I do. But
It worked.
I guess I have a ton of sticks here. I can go 7-8 hours at least. I just don't have enough food. Fortunately, these cattails will give me a little bit of a boost here. There were many times where I thought I was going to starve to death, and then I found some cattails, and it was just
You
enough to
eat
get
them?
me back to camp or whatever. Well, it's like the root part of a cattail is kind of like a tuber, like it tastes kind of like a
Really?
shitty potato. Yeah, they're not great, but beat starving to death. It's like an edible starchy thing. Torch cook. No cooking pots. Where did my can go? Did I forget to pick up my can? God damn it. I'm not
Oops.
very good at surviving, I don't think. Well, I didn't think I'd actually be able to climb out of the ravine. Because last time I
We need to
couldn't.
find food.
Maybe you weren't supposed to move ahead so fast. Like maybe you
Maybe.
maybe needed to bum around the ravine a bit.
I definitely regret not breaking open those crates because there probably was some energy bars or something inside there. Let's see if there's some more cattails over here I can eat. I'll pass the time in front of the fire. Oh, there's a rabbit. I don't have a way to clean it anyways, I don't know. Not close enough. These fucking rabbits.
They're fast, man. You got to find yourself a slower target.
Yeah, like a wolf.
Yeah, you could probably catch up with a wolf. You could probably hit that wolf with a rock. I bet.
I bet I probably could. You're right there at least. Oh shit, there he is right there. Oh, I hit him. Go, 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 go. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, I forgot how fucking disastrous the rabbit killing animation is.
Oh no, I could probably still catch it if I switch over.
You won't feel good about it. But look, man, you gotta do what you gotta do if you're gonna survive in the wilderness.
Oh, I mean, it could be worse. It's not like super graphic. It's just when you bring it back up again and it's all limp, it's a little harsh.
I have no cookable items. Nothing to harvest. Oh, okay, there we go. That's right. You have to select what you want to harvest. I forgot. Because sometimes you only have like 5 pounds in your inventory and you find an old wolf carcass and you're trying to get the semi-rotted meat off and you can only carry 5 pounds, so you don't want to harvest more than 5 pounds. It's a waste of calories, which you need the meat for, and then you have to hope that you can cook the meat and make it edible so you don't die. Oops. Oh man. I think so.
You got a whole rabbit. You must be in good shape at this point.
Well, you gotta wait till it's done cooking, which is 28 minutes from now.
28 real-time minutes or
No,
28 game minutes?
So they've kind of changed it. It used to be all menu, but now when you cook something, it shows up on the rocks around the campfire pit. And so
Okay.
then you can click on it, and then you can accelerate time till the time when it's done cooking.
Until it's ready.
Yeah. Which, you know, not perfect, but it's a really difficult thing to balance.
Like making it not tedious.
Right, but also forcing you to have some representation of like, hey, it takes a lot of time to make a fire and skin a rabbit, and
Right.
these fucking rabbits. Here, I'm not gonna hurt you.
For long.
Well, yeah. Probably you'll still be knocked out from being hit in the face with this rock.
What is the eyesight meter?
Let's see. Temperature. Oh, that's rest. If you go too long without sleep,
Oh,
you'll just
okay.
die of exhaustion.
Right.
You also have, so like, you have a sprint, you can sprint. And so if any of those meters is too low for too long, it will affect how much sprint you have. And it will also
Okay.
affect the speed and the distance you can sprint. So you have to take good care of yourself.
That's key in regular life. I mean, of course it would be important when you're trying to survive in the wasteland.
I should just be checking these for more cattails, I guess. I think of the hardest hardcore survival stuff that's like really a bad idea to ever sprint. Just wastes way too much energy.
Yeah.
Which is, that's probably the reason why I don't play.
On like super hardcore survival mode.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take one more shot at these rabbits. If I don't get it, then I'm just gonna go to bed.
Sorry, man. That rabbit's been trying to stay alive a lot longer than you've been trying to hunt rabbits.
Eventually you get a
You're not that hungry right now.
I mean, pretty hungry.
You got like a quarter of your meter left.
Fuel the light sources, drink, first aid, campcraft, weapons, food. I thought there was just a thing that was just like past time.
Wait for death.
Hey, you know what? F it, I'm going. I'm gonna grab a torch out of this fire and just see if I can get someplace more interesting. I think that torch will help keep me warm for a little while at least. Oh no.
Astrid, where did you go?
Oh, good.
What's about to happen?
Is that a
There's a wolf up here.
I better keep my distance.
I'm gonna try and kill this wolf with this flare gun.
Oh man. Get that thing caught in its fur.
No, I missed, but it did scare it away at least. I can maybe take some deer meat though. Ravaged deer carcass, frozen. Aw, yeah.
Dang.
I'm not gonna.
Pay dirt.
Alright, I'm just gonna take the 4 pounds of possibly slightly rotten deer meat.
It's cold out here, man. It's probably still good.
Oh, shit. Let's see
If that wolf is eating that deer, then that's a pretty recent kill, right?
Probably. Oh yeah, also the more weight you carry, the faster you get tired and the faster your hunger meter gets.
Sure.
Oh, my fire's still going over here? Oh, it is. Alright. Things are looking up.
Yeah, dinner time.
So cold, I'm warming up again.
Moldy venison. Yeah.
Moldy. Come on.
Man, 800 calories. Eating the fuck out of that. Although I don't.
800 is not that much for 4 pounds of deer.
Wow, that's 2 pounds of deer. I'm gonna run out of water because I forgot to pick up my can. I don't think I'm gonna survive very long. Look at all that. Alright, I'm gonna take a torch and just go. Turns out you don't live that long without water.
Yeah, did you just bite it?
No, I'm still alive, but I'm not gonna last too long unless I find a cooking pot or something I can cook water in.
Right.
which is fine. I don't. I'm not
Didn't
really.
you have one down by the crash site?
I did, but oh, hi, wolf. Hi. No, leave me alone. Oh no, puncture. Fight back. Oh, I did chase him away, but I have a sprained ankle now.
No problem, man. Little nap and you'll be all set.
Man, these fucking wolves, man.
Whoa. Looks like some kind of radio tower. Much
A radio
closer to
tower.
civilization than I thought.
So it's like Firewatch, but everything's trying to kill you.
I mean, kind of. You have that, like, an annoying person that tries to talk to you all the time, though. Is there a cave? There should be a cave right over here someplace. Let's see, where's my antibiotics and bandages? Well, my sprint meter's totally knackered because I don't have any water. Pretty sure there's
You know, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
It's true. When you're in dire survival situations. Is there a cave over here? Oh, there is a cave over here. I don't know if I should go into the cave or up to the water tower.
Water is what you need, right?
Or sorry, not water tower. It's a radio tower.
Oh. You just got water on the brain.
Yeah. I know this does seem like significantly like breezier, quite a bit faster to get into, which is kind of nice. Looks a little better.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Oh yeah, this is definitely different. Huh.
Great, a town. Maybe I
Oh,
can
wow,
find
the
help
town
there.
already? Last time I think I had to go through the cave to get to the town.
Whoa. Someone's just sitting here. Frozen. What the hell?
A frozen corpse. Jackpot!
Oh yeah, meat for days.
I don't know if that's an option in this game. This is bullshit. I did find some painkillers. I think in that cave back there, there's some sleeping bags, but I'm just gonna go right down this hill.
I'm gonna need some first aid.
Oh wow, you didn't even
So-
do the... Ow. Huh.
That's smarts.
Yeah, this map is very different than it was before. Because last time I'm pretty sure I had to go through that cave, and then I came out on like a road with a bunch of
Okay.
cars, and then came into the
Smoke from that chimney.
to the town. Oh, let's go talk to the old lady. Assuming it still is an old lady, who knows? Could be anybody.
Hurts.
Could be Tiny Lister in there.
That would surprise me, but I guess so.
Hello? Anyone out there?
Is there a regular sized lister?
As far as I am aware of, no. But
Okay.
there might be out there somewhere. I found a hatchet.
What happened here?
Another dead guy. Nothing on him.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah, I know you don't feel too good because you don't have
This whole area looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
I mean, yeah, except for all the corpses. Let's see here, can I... Let's go talk to the old lady and then I'll call it a stream, I think.
Hello? Anybody here?
Oh, it's still the same lady. Hi.
Hey. Hey, wake up.
Maybe don't disturb the old lady with the gun.
Wait! Hold fire!
Oh, did she
She shot at me.
put you in your place?
Okay, okay. Just take it easy.
Why are you here?
I saw the smoke from your chimney.
Outsider.
What?
Thought so. Mainlander. Outsider. I don't recognize your voice. And you haven't left. I the others. So, must be a mainlander. Someone who doesn't know any better.
My plane, I crashed in the mountains nearby.
You're an
I'm looking for
outsider.
someone who crashed with
A
me.
mainlander.
It's me.
Friend.
It's true, I am.
She might be injured.
Is she prejudiced against Mainers?
I haven't seen her.
Listen, could you maybe point that gun someplace else?
You think because my eyes are covered, I can't see?
Was this in the game last time?
Yep.
Make the wrong move, say the wrong thing. You'll see how good a shot I am.
Should I try and steal from
I
this
don't
old
doubt
lady, like, and get shot?
Totally.
Okay.
She's blind.
Yeah, she won't know. How could she?
If you're here, things must be worse than they thought.
Who is they?
She says she can see you even though her eyes are covered.
Name's Mackenzie, by the way. And you are?
I had a name once. But for years, the townsfolk have called me Grey Mother. The name takes on its own life. Such that at one point, the name becomes the thing it belongs to. Then the old names fade. Can only be remembered by the young and the true.
So, I should call you...
You should call me Grey Mother also.
Let's ask about the town.
Where are we?
Milton. A forgotten town deep in the mountains. You're far from home.
But my plane came down in a storm.
I've lived here all my life. Milton's the last now. It's almost the only people left here. I have what I need now. I'm not sure. My mind. Let me maybe. Trouble. The battle.
The bad men came.
Who are
The men. They passed through town.
I'm looking. She crashed.
Is that really what we're going with? Bad men?
She could have come through.
Is your friend to survive? Then there is always every good day on.
And if these bad men cleaned you out, you have
The
to...
bet it's up to. What about your? Okay, Grey Mother can't promise she can unlock the secret.
Skipping all these. Miss me with all these trash cards, man. I don't have time for this.
Alright. Well, I need water, so if she's got some water, I'm just gonna take it, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. Score.
She doesn't need that anymore, does she?
Nah,
She can't see.
Yeah, she'll
How's she
just-
supposed to cook?
she'll just burn herself. There's one thing I know about old people.
I'll die if I don't drink.
That they burn themselves a lot.
Yeah. I thought I took the water out of the fridge. There we go.
Oh, no, I am entangled. I may not attack this turn.
Oh no.
That smarts a bit.
Give me that gun. Huh. Last time I think he was more hostile.
I wonder if it depends on, like, what you say or something.
Although there may have been more things that you could take. I don't know. Took that sewing kit and she doesn't seem to mind. Oh, I'm gonna take that toilet water.
Ew.
Hey, man. Take what you can get, you know? Anyway. I don't know, I might play through this again.
Yeah, you think it would be worth
Yeah.
redoing the whole thing? See what they've added?
I don't know, I should just play Subnautica, I guess, if I'm gonna do a survival thing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, but
I
it's underwater, and this game's on land. I'm gonna sleep.
I
in her
know that's
bed.
what's
She'll
great about
probably
it is
love
it's underwater.
She'll probably love it if I sleep in her bed for a while. Pretty sure it'll.
Like the fact.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the fact that it's underwater makes it way more interesting because the map is three-dimensional. Also, I just made a really dumb mistake and screwed up this run, and now I'm gonna lose.
Good. Hey, at least it's over
Great
with
job,
quickly.
me. And it didn't have to happen this way at all.
All right. Well, that's it for this. Yeah, I think in the previous iteration of this, if you took a bunch of her stuff and slept in her bed and stuff, then she would get mad at you and not talk to you anymore. But maybe now she's like a
I was
required
gonna say shoot you.
thing to maybe you like it's required to interact with her to finish the campaign or something. I don't know, but doesn't seems like she warmed up to me much more quickly than she did last time. Eventually, she would let you take stuff from her house if you needed it, because you're like out cutting firewood for her and helping her out.
Right.
But I don't know. Anyway, it definitely onboards you a lot quickly, much more quickly than it did before. Because last time it took me like a few hours to get to that town.
Wow.
So anyway,
That looks cool. At some point, I'd like to give it a try.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Of course, I had to beat Slay the Spire in order for that to happen.
You're not allowed to play any other games until you finish Slay the Spire.
All
right, I'm gonna kill the stream now. Bye.
Bye, stream. Merry Christmas.